Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. So Will Levis, the quarterback out of Kentucky, is one of the most hyped up quarterbacks going into this draft class, being projected to go in the top 10 of this year's NFL draft. Let me tell you guys why I'm significantly lower on Will Levis, and if he goes in the top 10, he will be an NFL bust. So first and foremost, I think it is only fair to list some negatives about Kentucky and the situation that he was in, and list some positives about Will Levis as an NFL prospect. His receivers didn't do a great job of getting open consistently. His offensive line was not good. And two things I do like about Will Levis's game is he has a high IQ and he has good smarts at the quarterback position, meaning he has a good pre and post snap processor. It's really not bad at all. And in fact, I think it is his biggest strength by a significant margin. People look at Will Levis and say, oh, his physical attributes and his physical profile is his biggest strength. To me, on tape, his physical profile is significantly overrated, and I'm going to get into why into this video, but he reads inverted looks really well. Disguise coverages don't really trick him, and his problem isn't in the film room on Mondays through Saturdays, right? He's going to be really good in practice. He's going to be good in the film room. I'm sure he's going to kill it in the interviews to get him picked in the top 5 or in the top 10 of this class, but that's really where the strengths end for Will Levis, in my opinion. He has very bad instincts. Once the play starts, your high IQ and your good smarts really go out the window and your instincts kick in. And this is really the issue with Will Levis. He really reminds me of a 6'3", 232-pound Baker Mayfield at 23 years old. This is basically what Will Levis is in terms of his strengths and his weaknesses. So we all know his throw power looks absolutely incredible in shorts and a t-shirt, but once you dial up the tape, unless his feet are perfectly set in the pocket like a shorts and a t-shirt like situation, man, his accuracy is absolutely terrible. His accuracy goes all over the place. And the thing is, the power on his deep ball is not that good. It seems to sputter off when throwing past 20 yards. Again, that's really an accuracy issue. But to me, there really is a power issue with his throws, specifically on his red zone throws. He consistently underthrows his balls. He throws with way too much touch in the red zone comparing to throwing with a lot of power to really get the ball into a tight window. Look at the Georgia tape. Look at the Vanderbilt tape. Look at the Tennessee tape. Look at the Mississippi tape. Consistently in this game, he's underthrowing balls, 20-yard comebacks, 15-yard out routes, 30-yard fade routes, consistently underthrowing these balls or throwing these balls 10 yards into the sideline where the receiver or the cornerback cannot get the ball. Now, I completely get it. He dealt with some injuries last year in 2022, and everyone says his 2021 tape is better, which that is a fact. It is better, but it's not that much better. He doesn't look too good in 2021 too, and his biggest weakness by far, which is why he gets this Baker Mayfield comparison, is that play extension. He gets compared to a guy like Josh Allen, where Josh Allen had an incredible ability at Wyoming to extend the play no matter what. If his pocket presence wasn't really there with Josh Allen, he could still really extend the play. This is so far from the truth with Will Levis, and this is the number one reason he took a significant amount of sacks at Kentucky. People make it seem like Kentucky had the worst offensive line in college football history. This isn't the case at all. To me, what I saw was an average offensive line that looked like a far below average offensive line because of their quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are 50% of the reason oftentimes, if not higher, if not slightly lower, to why a quarterback is consistently getting sacked. And this is very true of Will Levis. Will Levis has that Baker Mayfield in him in the sense that at the college level, his pocket presence is a 0. His pocket presence sucks. He can't step up into the pocket. He doesn't know the correct angles in which to hitch up into the pocket. You look at a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady, very immobile guys. They have good play extension, though. They have good play extension because they're good at stepping up into the pocket. Will Levis does not have this at all, and instead of stepping into the pocket, he's going to try to scramble behind the line of scrimmage. And we saw this out of Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma, and at the next level in Cleveland, he got absolutely killed for doing so, for trying to scramble outside the pocket, juke out guys on the edge. And at the NFL level, man, that just doesn't work with these edge rushers running 4.6 40s. Will Levis consistently tried to do this, scramble outside of the pocket, and he was consistently getting caught and getting sacked. His athleticism and his functionality with his athleticism is very bad. And that brings me to another point. If he can't really break tackles and juke out pass rushers at the college level, I don't think he's going to be able to do it at the NFL level. And this is the number one thing that causes NFL quarterbacks to be injured, is a bad pocket presence, because it gets them killed. It gets them sacked. Look at Justin Fields last year. He has an incredible physical profile. He's significantly better of a runner. He's way more fast than Will Levis. He's better athletically in every sense of the word than Will Levis. And he still got absolutely murdered out there last year. If Justin Fields can't properly protect himself, Will Levis is going to get hit so consistently. And that brings me to another point. People say, oh, in 2022, he was injured all the time. Well, guess what? In the NFL, he's going to get injured all the time as well. It seemed as though every single game, Will Levis had a nagging injury. He had an ankle injury. He had a toe injury. He had a dislocated finger on his left hand. Just an injury every single game. And if you go into every single game injured, you're not going to be able to perform properly. And this is what I envision Will Levis's career looking like, consistently getting sacked, and in result of this, consistently getting injured. And one last point about Will Levis, and I think this is worth mentioning. So you look at bigger bodied quarterbacks like Josh Allen, for example. He has pretty big arms. He has a pretty big frame. You look at a guy like Matt Stafford as well. Do these guys have insane back muscles with these insane vascularity in their muscles, in their arms? Do they have veins popping out of the gym? Do they just look like bodybuilders out there? No, they don't, because the stronger you get and the more muscles you developed, it gets to a point where the functionality in your athleticism completely goes away. So with Will Levis, I see one of those prototypical guys who in high school was really hitting the weight room, who in college was really hitting the weight room, and right now is just killing it in the weight room. But that causes your arm angles to significantly decrease. We look at guys like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. What makes them so good is that in the heat of the battle, they don't need a perfect arm angle. They could throw at any arm angle because they have that mobility and that functionality in their muscles and in their joints. Will Levis and Baker Mayfield are so stiff. They can throw in shorts and a t-shirt and look perfect. There's some examples on his tape of a good protection set, a really nice throw where he's given a full pocket to really step into the throw. But once you get to the NFL level, you consistently have to throw off platform. And with the accuracy issues on Will Levis's tape, with the lack of pocket presence, to me, this makes him a draft bust. Do I like him as a second, third, fourth round prospect? Absolutely. Do I like him at the end of round one? Possibly, yes. But do I like him with a top 10 pick where he's going to have to start year one, 5-6 games into the season if he gets drafted by the Colts? Even though I really like Shane Steichen, no, I don't. I'm calling bust on Will Levis. I don't really get it with Will Levis. I don't get the hype. I'm out on Will Levis. In my opinion, Will Levis is going to be a draft bust. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.